Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet.
All right, so this week up on the docket, we actually have an update this week.
Wow.
Pretty big. So we're going to go over everything we have been up to this week in game and real life, and then we will say goodbye to leagues and talk about the new update this week. As well as, I think that's pretty much it.
Then Q&A.
Yeah, just a Q&A at the end.
Hopefully there's another blog tomorrow, but to be seen.
Yeah, it's not looking like it. So It might just be one blog this week, and then we'll go into our Q&A as per usual. So if you want to ask us any questions about RuneScape or other games or just real life questions, feel free to ask us at discord.gg/Bunebape. We have our channel. Feel free to join and ask your questions in the question section, or just you can also join if you just want to hang out. That's cool too.
You can only join if you want to ask a question.
No.
We do movie nights on Saturdays, by the way.
We do. And you can also join, or not join, but you can also ask questions through any of our other socials as well.
Yes, those will be linked down below, or I'll say them at the end of the episode.
Yeah. But before we get into all that super exciting stuff, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well. If you are looking at the screen, because now I share Spotify and video as well, we have two microphones. Hello?
We do.
So last week, we were having technical difficulties. We had to buy a new interface. Robert was like, I'm just going to buy a second microphone.
Yeah.
And the one I'm on is a more expensive microphone, so I feel like it doesn't sound like a crazy big difference, though.
No, they're both really
like
similar.
4 times the price. Why is this one so expensive?
Now
I'm wondering if I was scammed.
I'm not going to go into why things are their prices or what microphones do what, but
we're trying something new, and it would have made way more sense to do this on our 200th episode, but 201, we finally have 2 mics.
Yeah.
Eventually the plan is to relocate to our couch so we're not squished together in front of the green screen, but this is progress.
Yeah, finally after 4 years we decided to actually improve the podcast.
You know what? Better late than never, to be honest. Yeah. Dang, you guys should go back and listen to our first attempt at 2 mics, episode 1. Don't actually listen. It's bad, and you will never want to listen to us again. Don't.
Yeah.
What I've been up to, you ask? Oh, I don't know. Getting dragon rank.
Nice. Yeah, you actually got dragon.
I did get dragon rank.
No one thought it would happen.
I didn't even know if it would happen.
Yeah, because you waited until
almost 48 hours before it was done.
Yeah.
There's just something about me getting, it almost being over, me getting closer to the goal that I'm really start slowing down. I do this with other games too. I get really into them, and then once it's the end, I'm just I did BG3. I remember I got to Act 3 and I didn't play for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. I'm just all right, break time. But I got dragon. I'm very happy about it. I have been killing Scurious in main game. That's basically the only thing I've done so far.
Big content.
Pet. It's so slow that I stopped last night and went and started playing Skyrim again. Which, if you don't...
It's so boring. She went to play a game that she actually doesn't...
Skyrim.
I was going to say doesn't like.
No. Skyrim's okay. It's just I was comparing it to BG3 whenever I played it. But now it's been 10 months since I played BG3 the last time. So I am giving another shot. And it wasn't that Scarious was boring. It's just oh my god, why are these KC taking me a full minute? These KC are taking me 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy because the KC only take 1 minute and you thought it was still kind of long.
That's why I won't go to Vorkath, man.
Those KC also only take a minute.
Not for me. I don't have any Dragon Hunter items.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
I know. Thanks for that. I use a Bofa.
Yikes.
Actually, or maybe I don't know what I use. I don't have that though. But so yeah, I started playing Skyrim again. I'm 30 minutes in, but I'm an orc. I'm kind of cute. Really enjoying the 30 minutes I played. And I'm trying to actually pay attention to the storyline, so hopefully I'll stay more invested. If you don't know my history with Skyrim, one of our mods, Ninja, got it for me a year and a half ago. And I played for 8 hours total, but I just didn't get that invested in it. And everyone's given me grief ever since.
Did you ever make it to Whiterun?
I don't remember. Is that the big city?
It's the second town, the big one.
Yes, because I didn't know how this game works. I attacked a random NPC who I guess is related to the quest, and every time I go near the town, everyone would start attacking me.
Nice.
So I'm going to be careful this time. I am not going to attack random NPCs that apparently have to do with quests that I just made hate me.
Well,
every time I went by, they were like, get her.
The thing is, they don't stay. They don't hate you forever though.
Well, it felt like forever because I would leave, go do something else, and come back, and they'd still be like, get her.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you fight, but I think for the most part, you can just like either pay the guards for them to not hate you anymore, or you just die once and then they don't kill you again.
Yeah, I remember doing like a little loop-de-loop to get around them so I could talk to someone else.
Yeah.
Because there were these two people. It was like one man, one woman. They hated me.
What probably happened is while those two were fighting the giant, you attacked them.
Probably.
And then they hated you.
Yeah, I think I accidentally killed someone whenever we were fighting.
How do you not know if you killed someone?
Because we were both attacking someone and I was hacking, and I think I might have hacked her.
Oh.
With a sword.
Oh, you play first person.
You play third person?
Yeah.
I'm playing first person.
Oh, most people I think play third person.
Okay, well now I don't know if I'm playing dumb. Ugh.
I mean, you play however you want. I'm just saying.
Maybe I'll play again this weekend, but the thing is I might be busy because we might be getting a cat for real.
Maybe.
We went to record the podcast right before we said, hey, we got a phone call from the people that we want to adopt from, and they interviewed us for like 30 minutes. They were trying to trick us. They were trying to be sneaky.
Well, they're an adoption place, and so they essentially
like a rescue house thing.
Yeah, they do a screening of potential people that'll get the cats, and they want to make sure you're not crazy and or just not a good parent.
The sneaky questions they were asking about clawing furniture, and we answered like how we'd help that. And she was like, oh, well, you could always declaw them. Like, that would help, right? And we're like, girl, I'm on to you. You're not supposed to declaw cats. That was a trick
for anyone
question.
That doesn't know, declawing is extremely inhumane.
I had no idea. I didn't want to anyway, because I was telling Robert, and he laughed at me. That if we died and there was an intruder, that's the only way the cat could defend themselves.
Cat be attacking
if
an
he
intruder.
Needed to defend himself.
We don't have attack cats.
The cats we've been looking at specifically are like, they're lazy. They won't even play with a toy. And we're like, I want him.
The bodyguard cat, he would probably just sit there and like stare at the person.
He'd probably just be asleep.
We don't have any bodyguard cats.
But yeah, potentially be one cat because I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to go meet a bunch of cats this weekend. So we'll see how much Skyrim I play. If we get a cat, you guys, I'm going to be annoying as frickin' Discord. So, discord.gg/Bunebape if you like pets. Also, other people post their pets all the time.
And a lot of people post their pets. We do have a pets channel.
It's very cute. Gail's been posting a lot and they make me very happy.
Just don't post too many because you will get timed out.
You can only post 4 every 5 minutes and just blame someone trying to dox me before. Well, it's all their fault that you can't do that.
Everyone knows that if you don't moderate a Discord properly, people will spam things. And one of those things is
racist pictures with my full name, tagging everyone.
Okay. I mean, any picture spammed a million times.
I saw once that I clicked, I was tagged someone's Discord, and it's a picture of poop in a toilet.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a portrait of you when you're younger, or?
There's no need. I'm talking about I'm excited to build our family, and you're like, you look like a poop. Like, who does that?
You brought it up.
Anyway, so 4 pictures every 5 minutes. Go show us pictures of your pets, please. It would make us very happy.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've not been doing much. Played some Animal Crossing this week. Pretty big.
Yeah, huge. You got a new guy on your island.
I got Whitney.
Whitney's a wolf.
Yeah, Whitney's a wolf, and Robert was like, she looks way cooler than your other person. I forgot his name.
Her other person
looks
like
dumb. Mustard yellow hippo with a mustache.
Yeah, he looks stupid.
I got his picture. That's all that matters. He's gonna go to the graveyard now. If you know, you know. I'm just excited to be able to play other games, to be honest. Because I played Life is Strange while AFKing stuff in leagues. I haven't been able to just fully play other games because of leagues. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And it'll be really cool. And yeah, that's what I'm up to. What are you up to?
But yeah, I have not been up too much, honestly. I haven't been playing a lot of anything.
This guy.
I logged in for an hour for Path of Exile.
You went to log into RuneScape.
Yeah, I did go to log into RuneScape on mobile, and it logged me out, so I decided not to.
It logged me out last week, too. Whenever I was in the final league stretch, I was like, oh, cool, I'll just not do this on my breaks.
I logged in.
I don't know my password.
I logged in once just to make sure I would get the points on the account, even though it's like a random account that I've really never played. Mm-hmm. Just, I guess, for the future. It is an Iron Man, so I guess it would be cool to have league points in the future, but whatever. I only ended up getting mithril. I think it was like 20,000 points or
That's
something.
how much I got like last year, and I felt like I was trying really hard.
Yeah. Well, you weren't.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I was not trying that hard.
No, clearly
Wow.
not. But yeah, so I got like, I think it was like 21,000. And if I was closer to like 30,000, then I might have tried to like get a few points. But yeah, I did not
Not
care. 'Cause
very
it
close
was
to the next
9,000
one.
points until the next one. I wasn't going to do
Yeah.
that. So I didn't really play pretty much anything. I didn't even play any Warframe or anything like that. I just played a little bit of Path, but that was it.
Just been
Yeah.
rotting watching shorts.
Yeah, I did. I didn't play it, but I did re-download Deep Rock Survivor, which is like for anyone that
What do they say? Rock hard.
no,
No.
that is not what they say. But no, it is like Vampire Survivors. Anyone seen that? That's like a really popular version of that game. But
I was
it's
thinking
like,
Deep Rock Galactic.
yeah, no, it's the same.
What do they say?
They don't say rock hard.
What do they say?
They say every other
Don't they
rock
say
thing.
something? You see them and they're like rock.
Yeah, rock and stone. Not rock hard. What is wrong with you?
Scream, bro.
Dude. But yeah, so I downloaded the other game where they don't say that. Deep Rock Survivors. I think it's like $5. So if you like games like Vampire Survivors, maybe check it out. I don't know when I'll play
You
it,
want to
but
get rock hard with the boys?
I did play a game of League of Legends. So that was cool.
You're so toxic for that.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
What made you decide to play League?
I've been playing it off and on with my friends since the game has become a game. Do you want to guess how many games I've so a League of Legends game lasts anywhere between at least 15 minutes all the way up to 45. It can go longer. It can go like 50 minutes plus, but usually 45 is the max.
100 years of your life spent playing this game.
100 years of my life.
100 days of your life.
Like, what are you saying, dude? No,
Rock hard, bro.
not 100 years of my life.
100 days.
But yeah, like
I'm on one.
after the game ends, it like tells you how many games you have won and how many games you have lost.
Oh.
And
How many games total are there so I could guess?
what do you mean how many games?
Never mind.
Total?
Am I guessing your total wins ever?
No, just guess my total amount of games I've ever played. They're like 30 minutes apiece.
How much is 100 years worth?
I don't know.
Math. That's like 50.
Yeah, just imagine. I've been playing this game for over
5,000.
Over 10 years. Oh, that was actually not a terrible guess.
What is it?
I have over 3,400.
Kind of feels like you're not playing that much.
One of the guys that we play with has 3,400 wins and losses.
Bruh.
Over 7,000 games.
That's 100 years.
That's 100 years.
That's 100 years.
Yeah, that's 100 years. But no, just played a little bit of League of Legends. Really not too much going on. Yeah. Kind of getting a little busier at work, so maybe that's why I'm playing less, but also I've just been like tired.
I'm getting a little busier at work. Should I share why?
I mean, you're going to.
Yeah, I guess I will if you guys are begging for it. Anyway, I did not get a promotion, but there's like a temporary role at my work that I got selected for. I guess like over 20 people went for it and only 4 of us got it. So now I am not taking calls all the time. Sometimes I'm responding to messages on our app and I get paid 5% more an hour.
Yeah,
whenever
so,
I'm doing that.
It's kind of like a promotion because you got a raise.
Yeah, and I also consider promotion because they kept being like, congratulations, and like not even telling people about it at first to be like,
yeah,
let everyone else down gently.
Congrats, dude.
So yeah, I think it'll look very good on my resume because I want to do eventually remote stuff, and being like, I've messaged people remotely will look really good on it. So happy.
Yeah, big remote, hopefully one day, eventually.
TM.
But anyways, besides that, we do have like kind of some community highlights or just like general things I thought were kind of funny. So
Jagex, still about the survey.
Yeah, so Jagex obviously messed up last week. If anyone didn't catch our like 200th episode or 199th episode,
it was a weird 2-part. We were having issues.
It was a weird 2-part, but anyways, we kind of went over how Jagex just really did not do a good thing by having like a survey talking about implementing ads into the game.
There's some funny memes. They're like new clue scroll puzzle and it's the McDonald's logo.
Yeah.
And another one that's an NPC random event. And they're named Papa John and said, "You look hungry to me. I tell you what, get large 3-topping pizza for
Yeah.
$8.99."
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of what I wanted to point out is like
These are
a lot
really
of the
funny.
memes were pretty good.
They are really good.
And besides that, though, I wanted to shout out. This is the second professional football player that's come out saying that they play OSRS, and one of them, I guess, the Tennessee Titans tight end, maxed their account.
Do you know
So
how
that
to
was
say
kind of
his
cool.
name?
There's
I wanted to see if
no
you knew how.
possible way I know how to
Well, it
say
might
his
just be
name.
like Chigosium.
Chigosium Okonkwo.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those names that looks complicated, then you try to say it and it's not that bad. Watch me just like, that's not how you say it at all.
Yeah.
People are also demanding, not as much now, but I saw people demanding that Mod Pips resigns.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit goofy gooba, to be honest. I mean, it's not as relevant now, but I think it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I thought his response was terrible,
It was
but
terrible, but I mean, at least he kind of hurt us, right?
I mean, he did allude to putting ads into free to play,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the absolute worst, I guess. And also there are a ton of people, canceling subscriptions. I saw two people in the Iron Man subreddit even today, a 21-year and a 22-year veteran of the
One of
game.
those was Alfresco.
Both of them said that they are unsubscribed.
I'm not. I like RuneScape still.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, you would just be another person that unsubscribed. So it's funny because people are like, "Oh, unsubscribe," and then a bunch of other people are like, "Yo, Riot and Falador, we're there, World 302 right now, log in." So it's kind of like a weird dichotomy. But anyways, I just thought it was kind of funny, a few of the memes. So
They are pretty good. You should go look at the Reddit. I would recommend it.
yeah, some of them are pretty good. But yeah, that was it. I guess the Reddit was kind of funny. Don't go there if you actually want any like good like conversations or discourse or anything like that.
It's an echo chamber of memes.
Yeah, if you just want to go there and like be mad, like if you want to go find a place to be angry, then go there because that's usually what happens. But
yeah, it is funny though how all the top posts are like from 5 to 7 days ago because it's not really as big of a deal now.
Yeah,
people are already moving on.
Yeah, I mean that's just generally that's how it is. Like people compare it a lot to like Netflix because they're also going, they're upping their prices again this year, and they're kind of doing the same thing where it's like, oh, they're upping their prices. Everyone says that they're gonna stop subscribing, but then they have a record profit year again. So I don't know if that actually is gonna happen, but yeah, I guess if you do end up canceling, you're not alone. So that's cool.
I'm not canceling. Sorry, I like this game.
I haven't canceled yet because I still have many months until I need to, but I may or may not. I mean, I probably will because I really only play for leagues these days.
Yeah, you're very back and forth with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely just have less time, especially because there's other games that I like that are fun. Speaking of which, Diablo 4 login. New season came out today, dude.
Dog shit.
Yeah, it's terrible, actually.
I never played Diablo.
It did come out yesterday, though, if anyone is a Diablo player.
Diablo?
But we have talked about random stuff for long enough. We can get on to the actual update for this week.
Yeah, so that's bank quality of life and mini menu improvements.
A lot of these will seem familiar because they are from the Game Jam. Yeah, so these are actually things we've already talked about, and that is all this blog is going to be about. So
starting out strong with some bugs that Robert told me on my break that made me laugh.
They're
very funny.
They were very bug.
Well, probably pretty bad if you're logged in, but someone at work on their break, it was funny.
It was very bug.
Some tellies on items such as the max cape are currently pointing to the wrong direction. This includes dangerous areas such as the wilderness.
Yeah, so some people would be like, all right, going to the crafting guild. Just kidding.
Not my hardcores in the deep wildy.
I'm suddenly in 50 wilderness.
I don't know why. That was just so funny when he told me about that.
Yeah.
At first he got it wrong and said the spirit tree was taking you, and that was even funnier. I'm like, where would he even get that from?
I don't know.
That was a misunderstanding. But yeah, this has been hotfixed, whatever.
It's funny because originally Jagex was like, oh, actually, this is a RuneLite issue.
They tried to blame RuneLite?
Yeah, they were like, oh, this is a RuneLite issue and also our issue, so it's both of our faults. And then really
that's weird.
It just was really their fault from what I understand.
It's a very strange thing to say.
Either way, it's fixed now, but yeah, it was kind of funny. They were like, oh, this isn't all our fault. I think it was, but anyways, it's over now.
Next book.
The next one is kind of terrifying for some people, especially.
It was a little scary for me for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So if you are an owner of a Portal Nexus with the Raging Echoes recolor on it, and you removed the recolor, I think maybe also if you just put on the recolor, I think it might have done it both ways. But either way, something with the recolor, if you interacted with it, it would remove all of your teleports that you have saved onto your Portal Nexus. For anyone that doesn't know, it costs runes to apply those.
And anyone who watches the stream knows that I get made fun of for not being a good Nexus. I finally went and added all the tellies yesterday.
Yeah, so
Robert told me this, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, you could have lost like 100,000 plus runes worth of teleport locations. So that would have sucked, but
they should have them returned, or they will have them returned. They didn't say if it's happened yet.
Yeah, so anyone that's lost teleports will have them restored to how they were. I don't know if it's already been done or what, but
yeah,
hopefully it's soon. Lastly,
players cannot build the Raging Echoes rug in League's hall room. That will be cold fixed.
Yes.
That's kind of lame.
That will not work until next week.
We all need our cool screenshots after Leagues right now.
Yeah.
They're going to make us wait a week? Scam.
Anyways, something that was brought to Jagex's attention that is actually not a bug, even though people thought it was a bug.
I love when that happens. They're like, no.
Yeah. So the locked deposit box, or the locked deposit slots, will now apply when depositing runes to the pool in Guardians of the Rift. You can also right click on the pool if you want to change the deposit settings while in the game.
Okay. Well, if you don't know what that means, we're gonna get to it.
Yeah, that is part of the quality of life thing.
All right. So Game Jam updates. Back in September, a full 4 months ago, we unveiled our talented JMod's latest Game Jam projects. There is a blog about it, or an episode a long time ago. I think I always name our Game Jam episodes something about Game Jam, so you could scroll down to it if you want to just listen. After an overwhelmingly positive poll, we're delighted to announce that the many menu improvements and the bank deposit refresh are now officially part of the game. I was not expecting this right now, so
yeah,
kind of hype about it.
Yeah, it's kind of a pretty fast turnaround.
Yeah. You want to read the first one?
Sure. They say, hold on to your capes. Funny enough, because that's the thing. That's the thing that was bugged. That's why I said it.
Oh, that is okay. That's funny. So hold on to them, and they might take you to the wilderness. Who knows?
Yeah. It's time to say hello to a shiny new mini menu teleport option. We've all been there. You're having trouble in a boss fight, and it's time to gracefully bow out. But you're too busy dealing with the giant teleport menu. Annoying, right? No, because I always bring one-click teleports like you should. Now you can.
We're not Max. Max game's probably the best.
I mean, no, it's not one click.
I mean, it kind of will be now.
It's still not.
It'll be hover and click.
Yeah, I was like, it's definitely not.
Technically still one click. You just have to hover.
A tab will always be easier.
Anyway.
Now you can simply hover over your menu item to see all the teleport options in a neat little submenu. With a couple of clicks, you can travel anywhere that you please. Rub or teleport options also have this as well.
Yeah, they're still going to be there if you decide you like to do that.
Yeah, if you really like rubbing things to teleport places, then you can.
And you're a sicko.
Okay.
There's that too. Next is bank quality of life. Once you've teleported the bank, you'll be glad to see we have another update which makes restocking your gear a breeze. In both the bank screen and the deposit box menu, you can now lock individual slots. So locking a slot means that once you hit the deposit all button, your locked items won't be accidentally banked. Never again will you arrive at your Slayer task to find that your supplies were left in your loot tab. I think we've all done something like that, and it's freaking tilting.
Yeah.
Remember, the menu locks the slot, not the item. If you are rearranging your inventory, go and check what you have locked, okay? These are off by default and take the place of usual examine options, the locking. So visit the new deposit lock settings menu to toggle them on. There's also new bank setting things, or what's it called? Deposit box things. So they made it easier and more intuitive to locate your items at a glance. They kind of changed it to align with your inventory. And they also moved the deposit worn items so it is farther away.
Yeah.
Which is also very tilting.
This is only for deposit boxes. I was going to say...
Why did they not do it at the bank?
That they should... I still have had way more annoyances happen to me by accidentally clicking the deposit all items box, which is right next to the deposit inventory box.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
We hope this delivers a smoother, hassle-free banking experience. Go try it. Let them know your thoughts. If it's super janky, tell them.
Yeah. That's those are just
That's
the
a
main.
update.
Yeah, those are the two things. Just
Yeah.
making it nicer, quality of life stuff.
We love quality of life.
And
Love when my life has quality.
everyone is happy or sad, depending on who you are, that Leagues 5 is over.
Yes. So just like that, Leagues 5 has come to an epic close. They're referring to whenever I got Dragon Rank.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a party, World 400, for anyone that...
I wasn't invited.
I mean, everyone was invited.
Except for me.
Okay. But yeah, there was a bit of a party on World 400 for anyone that was seeing the close of Leagues.
Cute. Was everyone just like dropping their T-bows and stuff probably?
Yeah, it's just a party in Falador, I think.
It was kind of cool the past week seeing people just drop stuff. Like I saw a Shadow, Scythe, and T-bow all just sitting on the table at Shiloh Village.
Yeah, if you don't need it, you don't need it,
I didn't drop mine just in case I wanted to do Sing last second.
Just in case.
Just in case I wanted to do Sing last second, okay?
You're like, actually, yeah, I want to go raid right now.
I feel like I got 2 pets in Leagues, man.
Yeah, good job.
At least at the beginning of Leagues next year, I'll be walking around with Muspa.
True.
To flex on the hose.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everyone's going to be hanging up their Leagues boots, and we can take a moment to reflect on some of the fierce competition, the creativity, and of course the community spirit that made this event such a legendary experience. You can head over to the Lumbridge Courtyard and check out the League's first board.
Yeah, we'll go over these as well. So the first 3, they even have dates for them. They don't have dates for everything. But first Zuck Kill was on November 27th.
No, they have dates for all of them. You just have to be in game to see it.
Oh, yeah, but I mean like right now for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not logged in.
Yeah, they have an image that shows.
First Zuck Kill was the day it came out, right? That's the day it came out, the 27th.
Sure.
Wow. That was DV8. Solo Mission actually was the first to unlock a tier 8 relic. That was on the 29th of November.
I was going to say, you could have just read his name normal, like DV8.
DV8. Oh my god, DV8, like the word.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't catch it. Insane Wolfie, love that name, was the first to unlock a 5th area on November 28th, one day in. You guys are wild. We have some other first ones that we could go through as well.
Yeah, so the first 99 in general was Oki.
First to achieve the total level 2277 JCW. Why do I feel like they're on the scurriest rank? That's another short name.
No, JCW is the like one of the guys that went for the world record fastest.
Oh, that's why I recognize the name. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they got max in like around a week.
God damn, bro.
The next one is the first to complete a TOA expert. It's Rin Natsume.
First to complete solo Tob is Wichita or Widega. I
don't know. And the next person to complete the first ever solo chambers was Farmer McCree.
First to fully complete a combat mastery path was Kriskis.
And lastly, the first to kill an echo boss was Frags.
Frag S.
Yeah,
I'm going to go check out those dates later because, man, people were doing some crazy stuff like 2 days in. What do you mean?
Yeah. Kind of crazy. Also, shout out to, I saw a post about, I think it was 4, maybe 5 accounts that were, unfortunately, they were kebab locked.
I didn't get it either.
So for anyone that doesn't know, there was a task where you had to get a kebab in order to finish the task.
From a random event.
And there were 4 players that were
kebab
maxed. Like maxed points.
Everything done.
Every task done.
You know, they just have the game open at all times waiting. So, you know, like that one guy who comes and he's like, oh, what's on the screen? Is it a ring, a shield, whatever? There's a chance of getting a kebab. It's not that likely. And it's not that likely to even get that random event.
Yeah.
I accidentally dismissed him one time and I was like, no.
So you had to wait around, hopefully get that, and that was a task. And there were, I think, around 4 or 5 people that had every task but that one done, and they were kebab locked.
Yo, this is my kebab locked account.
Yeah, so they couldn't do every point in the game.
They're gonna be triggered every time that NPC shows up now.
Yeah, probably. Rest in peace for them. The top player on the Discord League's leaderboard was a tie between 2 people, Uncle Mumble and Jackie Chan, 3580.
Both of 84,200 points.
The max.
I'm assuming that the next 2 are also max in their regions. That's Dad Milk, ew, and I'm to be. They both have 83,590.
Maybe.
So obviously, it's like
they could.
It is of course locked. Region locked. Yeah, not every region could have so much.
They could be kebab locked.
They could be kebab locked, man. Who knows?
But yeah, that was the leaderboard just for the Discord. If you You can just go over there and also sign up for it
People
next
with
time or
short
check it out.
names always are such gamers.
Phil,
Phil, or Carly,
Kaylee,
Clem. I thought it said Carol, like
Clem.
Carols. I was like, that's good.
Yo, shout out to Clem, dude. This is gonna be random lore.
Okay.
But there is a person in Warframe, the other game. It's also a very old game, like 20 years old. And or it's like 15, I forgot. It's an old game. But anyways, one of the first players that like created content for it created like a comic series inventing a character Clem, which is like kind of like a miniature version of one of the enemies, and you would like help him out though.
That's
And
kind of
like
cute.
they actually put him in the game because of like how popular it became. What did you just look up?
I'm sorry, I had to look up this dude from Buffy. I was like, I feel like there's a Clem in Buffy.
Oh my god.
There is.
If you look up
He's
Clem
a
and
loose
Buffy,
skin demon.
yeah,
He was
it
really
is.
nice.
Oh, okay. Well, look up my Clem because it's
Okay.
actually cute.
Wait, what's his name?
Why'd you look up Milk?
I thought you said Mike Clem. I started
No.
typing that.
Clem from Warframe.
From Warframe.
Yeah.
Like, just if you guys look at the Buffy one, you'll understand Robert's reaction. What is that?
Yeah, I was like, what the
Oh, he
hell?
looks cute. He looks like a cute little robot.
Yeah, he's just
Oh.
he's a little dude.
He reminds me of Baymax as a robot.
Yeah, kind
You
of
see
like
that?
he's like really small compared to like the normal
He looks
enemies
so
you fight.
cute.
And
He's a homie.
yeah, he's kind of like a homie. And anyways, it was funny because he became so popular in Warframe that whenever the creator of the comic for Clem, after they put him in the game and everything like that, he actually passed away.
Oh,
But they created a memoriam for him in game, so you can always come and visit him.
that's really nice.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's sweet.
But yeah,
Clem.
Clem, there you go.
Not as good as the Buffy one. You
Not-
closed the patch notes on accident.
Yeah, well, we don't need those anymore.
We're done.
Anyways, we have some Leagues 5 reward feedback.
Well, we don't. They want to hear your feedback. Let them know.
Well, yeah.
They did listen to some of the feedback about quirks, though. There's some weird things with the reward kit, so we'll go into those a little bit.
Yeah.
First, building rugs and curtains. So you've been trying to place those fancy rugs and curtains from the League's kit, but something's a bit off. While other rewards like the Nexus Portal let you just use the candy furniture, the rugs and curtains require a little more work. It is kind of weird. You have to fully build them again.
Yep.
So you'll need to right-click an empty hotspot, select build, and pop into the build menu. The system is consistent with how things worked for the items of the same kind, like the Dead Man rug, but we're sorry if this threw you for a loop. We also want to hear whether the system works for you if you prefer a different approach in the future.
Yes.
I was wondering, like, I didn't try if I'll have to buy multiple rugs in order to have them in different rooms.
I don't think it makes sense. You should just apply it. It's an ornament kit. There's no level requirement for other ornament kits in the game. There shouldn't be a
Oh
requirement
my god, there
for
is.
ornament kits.
You have to be level 73 for the rug. That's kind of weird.
It is the highest level rug that you can get for some reason.
Yeah.
It's an ornament kit.
The Dead Man one's 28.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Make it work like an ornament kit. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have to build it, and it shouldn't have a level requirement.
I would say if you could like even metamorphosize it, like you do pets, like right click it and be like leagues.
Yeah.
If you have it.
I don't know. Something else.
Kinda
'Cause
weird.
Same thing with exactly what you did to the kit for the Portal Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't have ever been 93. You removed the level requirement from that. Just do the same thing for this,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Something similar if you want to talk about the next one.
So reward kits affecting multiple or single items.
Like I was just complaining about.
So this is a head scratcher, and it has been for some rewards for a very long time, like the League's 5 Spirit Tree Scroll, only affecting one piece of furniture. While rewards in the past leagues let you slap the kit on everything in your POH, so why the change? Well, we wanted to give you more flexibility with your customization. When Leagues 6 rolls around, we don't want you to be stuck choosing just one style for your POH. Imagine mixing and matching your Leagues 5 and 6 and so on portal kits to create the perfect setup. I don't know.
I think you can do that by doing what I said and you right click and select which kind per item. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, I changed my spirit tree. Now every spirit tree in my house is the same. Like, can you just go and just change it without having to buy a whole new scroll? I think it's a gold sync. I think they just want a gold sync.
I'm
they want you
fine
to go
with
buy more.
it being a gold sync, honestly.
That's my theory.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of every time you want to change the look, you have to go buy another one, though.
Yeah. I wonder if
So
it's like perma unlocked if you do it once.
yeah, I was like,
I haven't tested it because I don't want to spend money.
it has to have some kind of, or it doesn't have to. I mean, I think it would be
Should.
better if it had some kind of permanent unlock where like maybe you had like the leagues style drawer in like somewhere in your house, and then you would put all the league's ornament kits in there,
Yeah.
and then the game could just like, in the code it would be like, oh,
You have this
what is in
now.
this drawer? You have this. All right, then you can choose this style
I
whenever
was
you want.
thinking like the TOA pet. You get all these items that you use on the pet, and now it's forever unlocked.
Yeah,
And you can
maybe.
always switch it.
Because, like, years down the line, I don't want to go in there, buy a Leagues 2 thing to change in my house.
Realize you don't like it, remove it. Then realize, actually, I do want it. Go buy a new one.
Yeah, especially as an Iron Man, it's like you're making these choices once,
Yes.
because I'm not going to, as an Iron Man, unless this is my actual 5th Leagues in a row, buy multiple items.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, your points roll over, I get that, and eventually you'll have more points than you need, but
That's years.
takes years.
Yeah.
So,
Like, you probably don't even have enough points to buy everything you'd want right now.
and especially if, like me, you have played on multiple accounts, then you definitely don't have that many points.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Seems a little silly. I can see why maybe you'd want this as like a sync, and it can be a sync, but I don't think it needs to be.
They didn't say that
forever.
either. That's just my theory.
No, I mean, it definitely does play into that, whether they want it to or not.
They are open to feedback, though, supposedly, they say.
Yeah.
We do have some other little miscellaneous reward bug fixes. So
Yeah, this is funny. I mentioned this to you.
we'll go back and forth. Do you want to read that first one?
Sure.
Which one did you think was?
Yeah, the first one. So originally, for anyone that doesn't know,
Oh, you did tell me about this.
for some reason, if you did put the ornament kit on the Virtus mask, it just had no stats.
It was just the cosmetic.
Literally zero stats.
So weird.
Of all kinds. So also, it no longer appears as the Batman, quote unquote, floating head in the chat box.
Oh, he does kind of look like Batman, the Virtus head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it does have stats. Added functionality to remove the Raging Echo scrolls from POH furniture.
They also added the Echo Venator Bow ornament kit and Echo Spirit Tree scroll to be marketable via the GE.
Added a rotation option for the POH Spirit Tree, accessed by using spades on the tree. You told me about that.
Did they ever fix the Venator Bow?
They talk about it again.
Okay. Raging Echoes Relic Hunter sets are now storable in the POH armor stand.
The Virtus ornament kit outfit is now storable in the Magic Wardrobe.
And they fixed a bug where the goblin decorations would not change the appearance of specific POH items.
The Venator bow has a new projectile that more closely matches the one in the concept art. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do you mean more closely?
You mean
why doesn't it match
one
it?
at all?
It didn't have one before, right?
It had none before.
But also, why isn't it just the one in the concept art? I haven't seen it yet. I don't own a Venator bow, so I'd have to look up someone else's.
I mean, it's pretty niche / trash, so.
I want one.
Players are now redirected to the Spirit Tree in their POH when using the Fairy Ring teleport instead of being teleported to the Fairy Ring due to the Raging Echoes override.
Aram's ornament kit can now be used on an Aram staff, and purchasing kits from the reward shop will now provide you 4 kits rather than 3 to match this. I forgot and I bought one. For those who already bought a set from the reward shop before this update, an extra kit will be added to your bank at some time post-update, as this is a manual process. They're going to go individually do it.
Well, luckily for you, you might not want to use it simply for the fact that I saw a picture of it and it looks kind of terrible.
Oh, so you hate bisexual colors?
Have you seen it?
No, I did. I thought it looked nice.
In game?
In HD.
Really?
I'm going to look at it again after we record now.
There's almost no ombre effect to it.
Yeah, but still.
It just looks like a flag.
I'm going to look at it once we're all done recording.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you could just look at it right now, but anyways.
I don't know.
There's also a client and mobile update. On Monday, January 28th, they're going to be rolling out the latest mobile and client update, version whatever.
Is that when we got freaking logged out?
Maybe.
Oh, that must be it.
Probably. They say they fixed fixed mini menus, sometimes inadvertently showing right-click options when left-clicking.
No way you logged me out for that.
Lame.
Other changes: updated side panel tabs to match a player's side panel transparency settings.
Also, further changes to Chambers points. Oh, this is good. Further changes to Chamber of Xeric points have been made to prevent mega scaling boosting. Personal points are no longer capped at 131,071 during the raid, while regular loot reward rolls are still capped at this cap.
Yeah.
So essentially, this just made it so that Iron Men can't boost.
Oh, but they can with the way that Jagex lets you by paying. It's weird.
Yeah. So as far as I understand, this has actually like for real killed boosting, like mega scale boosting. The previous one did a pretty good job, but this like actually. So like what would happen from my understanding, I've never done this, but
I think I had a message about it. I'm gonna look while you talk.
From my understanding, this is how it worked. So like you would be like fishing or whatever, and then the other person would be doing the raid, and then they would get to the end, finish the raid, and then leave. All their points would get transferred to you, and you'd have like 500,000 points because that's how points worked. But now when that person leaves, your points are capped at this cap. The rewards are capped at this.
So did they remove the personal points are no longer capped? This person said they need to remove the personal point cap. Yeah, someone last week replied to the podcast saying that they wrote a lot more, but they did end it with saying that they should do this. Now they did it.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're happy, numbers from Spotify.
Yeah, so personal points are no longer capped at that, while regular loot rolls are still capped at that. But yeah, so I don't know if what I said is accurate, but someone was
neither of us do this.
Someone was describing it as no longer the other person's points roll over to yours or something like that. So for whatever reason, this just makes it way more difficult / impossible for you to boost. As an Iron Man is where I saw this in reference to.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to try and explain it like I'm 5, that would be nice.
Please do. You can reply in Spotify or comment.
I'm not definitely not pretending to be an expert on boosting.
Fix the non-functional options for equipping Trailblazer tools from the bank menu.
And that's it.
No, there's one more, you silly goose.
Oh, I thought
you're hovering over it.
I thought, okay. They also lastly updated the menu ordering for certain items, including Draken's Medallion, Pharaoh's Scepter, in order to prioritize key actions over the use option.
That's nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's all.
Not the biggest update this week, but we love quality of life. I love quality of life, so we take it.
Yeah, I love Lamp. There you go.
I love Lamp as well. And will there be more updates tomorrow?
Probably not.
Let's find out, right? No, do the hand thing.
Yeah. And we're back with no more actual updates. That was a complete lie.
Big rip.
Yeah.
We also recorded doing the hand thing pulling back, and it was sus. It did not look good.
It was so lame that we're just
I might put it at the end.
We're gonna add it to the end of for anyone that doesn't know, we add
every once in a while we add little bloopers,
to the end of the episode. Sometimes.
Not always though.
Yeah, that was lame. So
I think it was pretty cool.
Probably not gonna include it. Anyways, I don't have any additional updates besides like one community-ish update. It's kind of like
I have
an
one
update.
personal one.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. You can go ahead.
I got 94 smithing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in main game.
Nice. That's cool.
And then yours? I was about to say, babe.
Do you want to tell people about the way you get up your smithing?
Oh my gosh. I'm in Priv AFKing gold bars. 40K an hour, baby.
I guarantee you've never heard of anyone doing this.
You have, because I mentioned it whenever I had XP Waste on the podcast.
Yeah, she walks over to the bank, and then
gets gold ore.
Gets gold ore.
I'm
walks
wearing
back,
the gauntlets at least.
And then AFK's gold. What do you even make?
Gold bars. I get the ore and make it into bars. And then I bank the bars.
Okay, why don't you do anything like, I don't know, like
the admin play players are not AFK enough. I've tried them. I could be there for like 5 minutes, and I could be there for like 2 minutes doing the gold bars. Everything else is like 30 seconds.
What if you did like other addy things that take 1 bar?
I feel like you literally don't get it.
Oh, do you get more XP per gold bar?
I think you get more XP, and the whole point of doing the play plays is to make money. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I just figured if you did like scimitars are 2, but like something with 1
scimitars,
maybe it'd be more XP, like 1 bar each.
Sounds made up.
Maybe even if it was less XP, no, it probably wouldn't be more AFK. I don't know. I was just wondering.
Yeah, nothing's as AFK as gold.
Yeah.
And Prifton is.
Well, I mean, cannonballs are pretty boring.
Oh, I'm not that desperate.
I guess if you have the double,
I have the gauntlets. That's the whole reason.
The double cannonball thing, it's actually not as slow.
That's something I will be doing whenever I don't want to AFK. I will go there. But yeah, I'm out of AFKable skills, so I'm just trying to make it AFK where I can.
Yeah.
Some of
Oh,
it
you haven't
don't work well.
you haven't greenlogged Giants Foundry?
No, not even close. I think I've gone like one item.
Oh, I think it's pretty easy to greenlog it. I think I almost greenlogged it in like one day.
Yeah, that's what you told me about. I don't know how to do it that well. So.
Everything except for the outfit, which arguably
Okay,
takes
well,
the longest. But
I would get the outfit first.
I got the gloves and I got every other like what are they called? Like the
sword things?
Yeah, the pourable.
I don't know because I don't have it then.
Anyways, for anyone that
I've
knows,
only spent like an hour there total, and I don't love it.
Yeah, so they're kind of like, I forgot what the name of them, but they're so you can make better swords and stuff like that.
They're like molds.
Yeah, molds is what they're called. Yeah.
Sickle molds.
Yeah, so you need to do that. But okay, so you got 94 smithing.
94 smithing, that was it.
Huge.
The community update's cooler.
Yeah, the community update is cooler. So I think they just go short. The NFL, for anyone that didn't catch it in the first half of the episode, the NFL player on the Tennessee Titans that plays RuneScape and maxed their account, they have an Inferno cape. They're actually a gamer, apparently. Their name, I guess in short, is just Chig. Anyways, they, after celebrating their maxed account, they actually went on Sabecast.
Yeah, so cool. I feel like it's definitely going to be Sater's most watched episode for sure.
Yeah,
it's already
probably.
16,000 spent 8 hours, but I was just on my break and I saw it and I was like, wait, that's really cool.
Yeah. Either way,
I might actually even go listen. I don't like sports, but it's just like kind of cool.
Yeah, we were on Sabecast, and also obviously if you're listening to this,
we know this person essentially.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, you probably like podcasts, so maybe also check out Sabecast, RuneScape podcast. But
I thought you were gonna be like, since we were on it, 2 degrees separation, we're friends with this guy.
No, that is definitely
I'm in the NFL.
That is definitely cool, but that is not what I was actually gonna do the update for.
I thought that was so cool. I was texting Robert about it. I'm like, I'm so happy for him. That's so sick.
No, it's definitely cool, but I kind of, personally think it's, cooler or whatever if it's not a competition. But I was mainly gonna make the update because they also posted or made a post on the ESPN Instagram page about how Chig got maxed.
Wow.
And it had way over 100,000 likes, so that was pretty cool.
Dang, this is free advertisement for RuneScape.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a bunch of sports ball players playing.
Yeah, so it was like I'm pretty sure on the ESPN like official like
That's
account.
So funny.
So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks that they're like, RuneScape, you're a virgin in your mom's basement. And there's literally just like a professional football player that plays it.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
People think that about every game, but like, and then
it's 2025. Everyone plays games now.
No, even besides that, it's just people think that, but then you forget like, a long time ago or whatever, who is married to Ashton Kutcher?
Mila Kunis?
Mila Kunis. She like came out like so many years ago that she like played World of Warcraft a lot.
Yeah, everyone plays video games.
Yeah, it's just people forget sometimes, and then every once in a while they get reminded.
It's still weird when people are like, a girl playing RuneScape, and I'm like, I know so many women that play RuneScape. You probably do too, they just don't tell you.
Yeah, probably. It's usually not, unless, it's just usually not a thing that attracts most people. So, or is interesting to most people. They're like,
or they just don't tell you.
Or also like a lot of people assume things like if someone's like, oh yeah, I play some Call of Duty or whatever, then it's like, oh, this guy plays Call of Duty like 5 times on the weekends, and that's it. They don't assume this is an all-consuming thing for you.
They don't know we have a RuneScape podcast.
Yeah, generally.
They don't know it's that serious.
Yeah, so but I don't even know how we got sidetracked on this, but I thought that was kind of cool, so I thought I'd bring it up. And shout out to Sebe.
Yeah.
And I might actually listen to that. I don't listen to video game podcasts, but I
don't
might
listen to video game podcasts, and I don't like sports, but I just think that's a very cool crossover together.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, maybe we could listen together. If we get a cat this weekend, we were told to hang out in our room with it. We could just listen to that.
Yeah, maybe.
Get our cat used to listening to Sater.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway.
That was pretty much it. We can move on to some questions, I guess.
Yeah, it's a slower week.
It is a slower week.
But Robert thought we were going to get the Giants this week.
No, I re-looked at
he has a new theory.
Yeah, I re-looked at the roadmap going into the coming updates, which is going to be the Frost and Ice twin giant bosses coming up next, I think, on the list. And I am guessing that'll come out in the next within the next 3 weeks, which I mean is kind of like a long time frame, but I'm guessing that first 2 weeks of February is when it'll come out.
Okay.
If they don't do a Valentine's update, if they do
I don't
a
think that they
Valentine,
normally do.
I don't think they normally do. So
That'd be cool though.
that's why I think that if they do, then I think it might get pushed back 1 week. But if they don't, then I think it could be the same week as Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find this question from Wraith that I pulled up that for some reason I guess I scrolled away from it.
Yeah.
I think the gist was, I'm gonna look for it while you answer.
Okay.
What would you do to improve POH?
The POH.
Evercore, by the way, not
Evercore.
Wraith.
Yeah. Shout out to Evercore.
Apparently one of you I think is like in his clan. That's our mod. We've known him.
Wow. Yeah.
And also we basically are in the NFL too because we know Sater.
Oh, true. Yeah.
By association.
Yeah, I was in the combine, the Nike combine.
You
don't even know what that is, dude.
I thought the combine was like a mistress in the olden days.
That's a concubine, and that's not even an old days thing. Yeah, it's just the name for a woman that is like there to help you breed an heir, or an heir.
They said to breathe in air.
No.
Oh, I found Wraith's Evercore's thing though. Were you gonna say something before I read this?
Maybe if I did, I forgot it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You'll think of it. Evercore would add more room layouts that are not just cubes, more flexibility to move furniture, add bathrooms, imagine. He said imagine, not me. Hee. Allow custom coloring options for materials paint, add a bar and billiards room, drop party feature, trophy room to showcase collection log items, allow ownership of multiple homes, one for max efficiency, one for socializing.
Yeah.
What are some of your ideas?
Number one.
Oh my God, it's gonna be what you told me earlier.
I don't know what I said earlier, but number one would definitely be drop party features.
Drop party features 100%. Be able to have private parties because you could do the clan hall, but then
they have
to add everyone in your clan. They have to leave their clan. Or I guess maybe he guessed.
I don't even.
I want in my house.
But
my
then
house
you have to
cool.
maybe change permissions and stuff like that. I don't even know how that would work, but no, yeah, definitely something like that. Also, just the ability. I don't like that you have to. I don't like that you have to have your house put on display for people to join it. I think if you have set up the ability to allow others to visit your home, they should just be able to visit your home.
Oh, like from any world too.
Yeah.
I agree. It's kind of
from any world, from like any account, like they're all like, oh, my thing's open. I'm on your friends list. You're on my friends list, which is like a two-way street to begin with. You can't just friend anyone and then be on their friends list.
Mm-hmm.
So already you guys have recognized each other as on their friends list. You should just be able to go to their house.
I agree.
So, I mean, maybe people would come back and be like, you can abuse that. I don't care. You can abuse that anyways. People do it on 330 all the time.
Yeah, it would just be now. At least it'd be your homies.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really see why not.
Go to your friends' houses, but I think you have to be on the same world.
You have to be on the same world, and they have to be hosting.
I don't know if they have to be hosting. Oh, they have to be inside, huh?
They have to be online.
Oh.
Yeah. At the minimum, they have to be online.
Yeah, I think people have gone to my house when I'm not in there, though. I think Ninja would do that sometimes because he didn't have a rejuvenation pool. Like, I know I'd be online, but I wouldn't be in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, that's also a limitation that I experienced on GIMs. Like, you can go to your friend's house, but you can't if they're not online. So that, like, it's completely useless because...
Our GIM was with someone in England.
Yeah, it's all like, all right, cool. This person's not online. I guess I just won't play the game. But the way we kind of all like funneled, like let's say we did the smart thing and all funneled stuff to one person, so their construction was higher than everyone else. Then they're offline because they went on vacation or because they go to work like a normal human.
Account. It's the only choice.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's foolish. Yeah, I don't know. That just seems like a functionality that would be like not game breaking, but it would just be such a game improvement.
Quality of life.
Yeah, that and also the drop party stuff would be really cool. And you should be able to just like, you should be able to like have a list of people that you are on your allow list. Because like, again, if you did have the drop party functionality, I don't want just anyone joining up in my house while I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like those two things for sure. I think there's like infinite amounts of like additional like cosmetic stuff they can do for the house, you know?
I think cosmetically, I would want it. So, I mean, each room having a theme, fair. I would think that you should be able to change where the elements are, though. You know, you have to have a certain
Yeah, they're
way.
all
Like,
assigned. Yeah.
yeah, the altar has to be here. It can't be next to this. It'd be nice to just be like, okay, these are the hot spots, and you could like, you know, choose what goes there. May set a limit for how much are in the room, and then not like a full color picker style thing, but more color options. Like, I know in Sims, I'm sure in other games they do it too. You know, they have like they have preset like designs, so you could be like,
Yeah.
I want like this, and it will like change the color scheme, I guess, is what I want. That it's not like, oh, you're choosing from a billion colors, but like there's 4 themes and you can like change whatever you want to fit those themes.
Sure.
I think, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get some more customization stuff this year, they said. Soon, TM.
Yeah.
But I don't know how custom it's going to be, and it could always probably be more custom than it will be.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's like on one hand, I maybe it's asking too much, but I also kind of feel like it's low hanging fruit for like quality of life stuff.
Mhm.
But you know how like, you know, you get a jar. It's kind of cool if you get a jar, but one, it's tradable, so no one cares
Except for Rexer.
except for a Raxar. So it'd be like cool if they're all like, oh yeah, and for the first time, this boss has a room redesign, and you can only get it from this boss, and it's untradeable.
Oh.
It'd be like, oh, cool, you have the, you know, spider web redesign that you clearly only get from this boss. That's kind of sick.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, stuff like that would be cool. Like, I get that some things have to be tradable, right? I don't want everything to be untradeable.
But some things are cool flexes. Like I like that jars are going to be flexes from now on.
Yeah, like if you just, I don't know. I think like maybe it would be, you know, easy for me, you know, outside looking in to be like, all right, this boss has, you know, these 5 tradable drops, 1 untradeable, and then 1 like chase drop. And, you know, oh, you know what? We can actually probably add 1 more untradeable.
Yeah.
That's like a flex item for your house. And it's
want-
not like a big deal. It would just be like, you know, a simple like recolor or redesign, or maybe your tree looks different, a bench looks
You could
different.
change the wallpaper.
Yeah, maybe you're like fighting this like really like fat mob that's like all about eating and gluttony, and then you're like changed what your larder looks like, which is, you know, the fridge in the game.
What could be kind of cool is if you got something like that in the basement, you can add like a little guard.
Yeah.
If like, you know, a Raxer's jar, you'd have like a little Raxer down there. It wouldn't do anything. It would just look cool.
Yeah, I don't know, anything really. I mean, like you can get butler like recolors, like which they've never done. So
Surprised that they haven't done more of those.
yeah,
That seems like something
that's
that they'll
why-
do inevitably.
that's kind of why I mentioned it, because it seems like low hanging fruit. Like if someone added that, that would be pretty cool. I mean, it's worthless, but it would be cool if someone's like, oh, I have all these untradeable, you know, collectible things.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this in the past, so it'd be that. I think that the POH has a lot of room for stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. More customization. Too long didn't read.
Yeah.
Next question is from Harker over on Discord. I'm listening to the new pod right now, last week, and a question came to me when hearing about debt. Do you think a debt system in OSRs could be cool? You could take a loan from the bank at low level that will help you get money to, for example, buy runes to get your magic up faster or buy stuff for fletching. Then over time, there's accumulating interest on the debt and you have to pay back at a higher amount than you borrowed it. And there'll be restrictions until you repay the debt. For example, you're limited to X bank slots or Y exchange slots, or you can only use Z banks. Why would someone take a loan? Because money making at higher levels is way easier, and theoretically, a player that plays a lot will get to the higher level faster and pay back the debt quick enough that it's an advantage. Thoughts?
I think it's an interesting idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt also answered if we want to read his first or after.
I
If you have
don't want to
thoughts.
read his
Okay,
because
say your thoughts.
I don't want to take his ideas.
I haven't read it yet either. I only just saw.
Yeah, I haven't read or heard these ideas yet.
I read the ideas, but not the replies.
I think it would be kind of cool. Obviously, I think it would be cool.
I can guarantee it wouldn't be abused.
Like you mentioned, it'll be abused, so I'm not even really thinking about that.
Just think about the wholesome reasons.
But that's why, like, I also kind of have an idea that might, you know, might subvert some ability to abuse it. So early on, I think it would be cool if there's just like outright loans, but not for like an egregious amount. I think like $1 million gold loan early on is
a small loan of $1 million.
I was going to say that I think that's even too much.
Oh,
With 100K, you can get pretty far as a brand new character. You're not getting rune stuff as a brand new character.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, what are you gonna get with 100K stuff to like level other small things or like to get through
Yeah.
quests or
I also
rooms?
wouldn't want it to be. I wouldn't want it to be more than a mil, like at max.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't just go buy a shadow
I think it
because you
would.
just quit playing before you have to pay back.
That's like kind of. So I think that would be cool for that. Like, you know, if you're all like, oh, I like training this, you know, whatever you're training. Like I like crafting or whatever. I wish I had some way to get more things. But then that kind of leads into like, you know, that kind of goes around the idea of people finding a way to get money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like
The
they're
integrity of the game.
not even that. It's just like they're not learning how to sustain what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of people are like, I like bossing. So that is kind of like a loop in itself where it's like you boss, you get money, allows you to boss more. But like skills are different in that usually they're not a loop. So usually you have to find ways to, you know, supplement that in some way. And so like if you just get a loan, then you won't really learn that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it kind of could easily backfire for certain things, which kind of leads me to my second point, which might help with some kind of like well, what's it called, like abuse or something like that.
Okay.
Is maybe you could take a loan on portions of an item and you can only have a certain amount of these loans, and maybe they could even be time like time sensitive. For instance, like let's say you want to buy a T-bow. Obviously this is something you would need a lot of money for.
Yeah.
And I might not be so against it if there was a system similar to this where it's like, all right, we'll loan you up to, I don't know, 5 or 10% of an item, you know, whatever item.
Okay.
So it could be a lot, it could be a little. If you just need some money for like a full obsidian set, whatever, that's, you know, a mil or however much it is now. Then it's like, all right, you need 10% of that. What is that, like 300K? That could be a lot to a lower level player, and that could get them the set, and then they could go do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would make it so you can't borrow too much because it's just for that item, and maybe you can only have like 3 contracts at a time or something. I don't know how that would work. And then maybe you could even add a time system to it. So it's like, all right, just so it's as simple and obvious as you can make it, like you're taking a loan out for this item and you have to pay it back. Or maybe it's even like you will pay it back with interest on this day. Or you just...
I was thinking more like it goes and takes the interest like once a week, because I'm thinking they'd want to maximize their gold sink here.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to set a time so people will keep it going forever and keep getting the most gold out of it.
No, I was thinking like a time where it's like not like where it allows you... I don't know. I was thinking like maybe I don't know how much it would matter, but I was thinking like it would be like, all right, you're taking this loan out for 10 days. At the end of these 10 days, we'll give you an option to buy out the item that you're using, or, you know, or we'll take the same value from your bank, and it'll like prioritize what it'll take it from.
I know what you mean, but I don't think that would work because you might not have the value in your bank for everything. That's why I think that the loans would have to be tiny amounts. Because if you do anything big, I mean, you could do like the 1 mil and keep taking interest and stuff, but it'd have to be like very high interest to be worth it for them.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting idea. I just don't think it would be able to work.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that without like collateral.
Because someone could just get the loan and not play. And just like leave their account.
Not play, or they can like, you know, sell or give the T-bow to someone else or something, right?
Yeah, that's why if it was a thing,
it would be trade locked.
Yeah, if there was a thing too, I don't think you should be able to lend out items like that for sure.
You know what? Okay, so I mean, this wouldn't obviously. I don't think this would be introduced in the game. I'm just trying to figure out a way that it could be introduced in the game.
I like the first way you said, the 100K.
The 100K,
I think it's the best way.
But I mean, still, at the end of the day, they have to pay that back, right?
I would say a mil is actually the best.
Like, how would a new player pay back a mil?
I would say just do it over time. Be like, for every day that you don't do it, this is the tiny amount you owe us, and have it accumulate.
Yeah, but then the same thing is like a player that doesn't have a mil, they're not going to figure out how to make a mil. They're just going to be in debt forever.
That's the point. In my mind, I'm thinking, how would they utilize this?
Yeah.
In like a toxic way to do a gold sink? They do
Yeah,
it
I
like
guess.
that.
But
You just have to keep paying them.
But the thing is, people would just literally never pay it.
Yeah.
Like they just would never ever actually pay it. Like it would just be a one-time loan because
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking um like it could be based on the amount of gold you've made within a certain amount of past days.
That's so specific though.
I mean, yeah, but it would be a, like kind of a reliable, like actually it would be similar to, a wage check.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're all like, all right, well, if you want a loan of $1 million, you have to provide us evidence that you I mean, it's already provided, but you'd have to provide us evidence that you can actually pay this back,
Well,
kind of like how banks actually do it.
Yeah, but then it's kind of lame because everyone who would need it can't make the money. You know what I
Not
mean?
necessarily.
Well, like, I'm thinking for beginning players.
Yeah, but I mean, even as a beginning player, you can make like, let's say you make 30K. Then they're all like, all right, statistically over this amount of time, you'd make this much money. So we can loan you this much. Like it won't be $1 million, but it might be like 100K or something.
Do we sound like a finance podcast?
That's what I mean. It's built like this because they run into the same problems, obviously.
I'm like, wait, I'm so sorry if you guys hate this. We might just sound like a finance.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's a question.
Yeah, I am gonna put that for the question this week. I think. Do you guys think loans would work in OSRS?
I think, okay, realistically, if we got down to it, none of this would work. The only system I think would actually work that is even remotely similar to this, and I still think it would get shot down, is a collateral system. If you're like, I don't want to sell my Tebow, but I'm going to put up this Tebow and I'm going to trade it for, whatever 1.5 million or 1.5 billion is worth, because I don't want to sell it. I just want to use other items. Then it's like, all right, I'll give you this Tebow as collateral and you give me 1.5 billion worth of items.
Yeah, no.
And then eventually I give it back and then I get my Tebow back.
No, that's like part of the risk, I think, is if you want to try something out worth that much, you have to sell your Tebow and get merged and like risk it.
No, because I think getting merch is stupid.
I've gotten merch doing clue scrolls.
Literally everyone ever has gotten merch.
Like every master clue I do, I get merched.
Yeah.
Every time I buy the Bunebape staff, I refuse to keep it.
Yeah.
I refuse.
I think
Let's get merch.
If you had like a singular slot where like things like that, you're like, I have a scythe. I don't want to get merched for like 15 mil or whatever. It'll be after I'm done using these other items for 10 days. Then you can put that up as collateral.
I think it'd be too good though.
I think if it's for one item, I think it's not terrible. It would be a way for people to like get around something else, but I don't know. There would have to be some loss of it. Like maybe you do pay taxes on it, and obviously you're going to want to get it back. So maybe you could pay taxes. So it's still a sink. It's just not as much as getting merch potentially.
I do want to read Matt's reaction though.
Okay.
Yes. Matt said, hard no for me for the main game, but potentially yes for Ironman.
Ew.
Elaborating. For main game, new players might fall for it. And 1, not playing enough to get high level money making techniques fast enough to pay back the loan. 2, don't know how to best use the money. Also to get a bit ridiculous for botting or even accounts that people just quickly make to get money then trade gold to themselves. For Iron Man, the above probably doesn't apply to Iron Man as they're likely more advanced in OSRS knowledge and also can't trade. I think you had a very nice response to this question because I did see Harger say, oh man, I didn't think over the consequences well. My idea is going to get roasted tomorrow.
No,
You were trying so hard.
No, the thing
he
is,
was trying so hard to make it work.
The thing is, I didn't want to roast the question because if I did that, we wouldn't get any more questions because, I mean, in a vacuum, this is an insane idea. This would literally never work, not even ever come close to it.
And now you're roasting a little bit.
Which is why I was all like, the only way that's even a symptom of this would be left over is if we had some kind of collateral system. Because then it's
I think that they know they ask wild questions.
It's not a real loan at that point, so it kind of isn't even the same thing. But that would be the closest thing in my mind. This would obviously not work because, all of the things I suggested could easily be manipulated by botting.
Yeah.
So that's why
you'd have to think of the most wholesome version of the game where no one cheats or does anything bad.
Yeah, that's why
I
started by sidestepping your question about botting is because this wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It was just me seeing if mentally I could do gymnastics to make it work.
You do enjoy doing that. You're good
Oh
at it.
yeah,
You're good at
because
reaching to make it work.
I've done what if or would you rather questions with friends for ages,
It's
and it's
true.
never fun if someone's all like, "Oh yeah, that would be stupid, so I'm not going to answer
You,
your question."
I,
Assuming you provide me good questions, I try to give good answers.
the
If you
thing,
give me like, "Oh, would you rather be shot or stabbed?" I'm like, "All right, well that's a stupid question. That
no, it's
sucks."
not. He loves his theoreticals until I do, and he's like, that's
Because you
not a good
do the
one.
worst
I
ones.
can't think of any of them right
Because
now.
they're all bad. You
But
erase them.
now you're acknowledging out loud. That's a really lame answer to theoretical. That's a really bad theoretical.
Oh yeah, you
And
pick like
you wanted you to admit that. We can move on to the next question, I
okay,
think.
yeah, you're the worst at those questions. It's over. We're never doing those questions again.
Anyway, Matt from Discord, this is also kind of a wild one. Do you think OSRS will ever introduce more levels than 99? It seems that at certain points it's only reasonable to add more levels, so even higher level content can be added that requires an even more experienced player to use. I would be fully in support. The fact that there's level 99 is absolutely nothing compared to 200 mil XP, but content is still limited to 99 seems silly to me personally. Gail actually said Jamflex is seemingly already following RuneScape 3's progression. Might as well add in 120s, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think that they will. That's one thing that I don't think that they'll change.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever shown any interest in it, to be honest. And I think it's a very like elite group of people who like to go past 99. If they're not pet hunters, they just like skilling, like which Eileen, she was on here a few weeks ago talking about it, but I don't think that there's enough demand for it, to be honest. And I think a lot of people, probably myself included, would be annoyed if there was content locked behind having to be like level 102 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Make it
think
work. Make it work.
I mean I could easily cuz
With ease.
I don't one way that I think it could actually work in a way that people wouldn't hate it is if you get additional XP unlocks, like different ways to do things that are high skill that reward much higher XP per hour, specifically for people going for 200 mil after 99.
But then would that discredit all the 200 mils now?
I mean, obviously, so there would have to be some kind of leaderboard changes. There's no way to introduce this without a leaderboard change.
Yeah.
So you'd have to have some legacy leaderboards or something like that. But
I think Eileen's like rank 17 now, by the way.
yeah,
Crazy.
because like for instance, obviously max is 13 mil. So 200 mil way further away from that. So let's say there's breakpoints, kind of like leagues at like 50 mil or 100 mil, where they're like, all right, cool. Because you've done this, you've now unlocked the ability to two tick, I don't know, redwoods in this special redwood forest.
Jesus.
So it's like, but the thing is, you cannot not two tick it.
You have to have the skill.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
like if you're willing to put in the extra work, you could get 400K an hour here, but you have to do the two tick method in this special area.
I do wonder if that'd make more people like skilling.
Yeah, because I mean, it gives you more stuff to unlock. It's not like you're getting, oh, this special area contains extra expensive redwoods that can only be used for the new best. And no, it's just like, do you want more XP?
Purely
'Cause
for
this
skilling,
will get
yeah.
you more XP if you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah, the leaderboards would definitely have to be changed, though.
Yeah, so that's
wonder- That'd be a good question to ask Eileen is like, is part of what makes 200 mil so cool is that you stick to these same skill methods that you've been doing?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, how they feel about, like, the different, hardcore skillers, how they feel about, like, the integrity of the skilling methods and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, that's one thing I think they should really add to the game.
Their skilling methods?
I mean, they were trying to introduce this, but I think they were kind of doing it in a, straight up stupid way.
Yeah.
Is when they were like, oh, we're gonna make special leaderboards and special accounts for 1 health pures. And I'm all like, okay. I could see where they were going with that, but the fact that they only did it for like 1 or 2 accounts, and it's the ones where the ingenuity of the account was the important thing, kind of was dumb. Whereas like if they're like, all right, we're gonna invent Bronze Man, like official Bronze Man with leaderboards, Mithril Man with leaderboards,
Gold Man.
These other things where it's not the ingenuity of the account, it's the limitations of the account
That makes it so impressive.
it important. It's, you're not going around and making it so that people can have 10 HP 99 Slayer accounts easily, because that would be dumb.
Yeah.
These other accounts are self-imposed limitations that you don't really have to work around. It just makes the game like
More interesting for them.
more interesting. It doesn't really limit the account in almost any way. Whereas like in my opinion, like the 1 HP accounts, the 99 Slayer accounts with, you know, like no combats, those are crazy accounts.
Yeah.
Like working around that limitation is different. And I don't, and also, I don't know. I guess you could argue that both are similar, but I kind of feel like immediately going there to those types of accounts was the wrong move.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they could have eventually.
I like we've gone on a whole different. We've moved past the question. Now we're talking about peer account leaderboard.
Well, I guess it does come back to like.
Okay, I was like, how did we even get here?
Because I was thinking it would be cool if they added, you know,
a different leaderboard,
legacy leaderboards,
yes,
for certain things like this. Because they couldn't just remove the leaderboards for 200 mil. That would be dumb.
Yeah.
So
they freeze them.
I guess this is a long way to go around and say that they should add. It's been a long time coming, in my opinion, that they should have legacy leaderboards.
Okay.
Because then you can add non-legacy leaderboards and then improve upon that or change it how you want. Because then at that point, you're like in character creation, just like you would select Iron Man, you can select non-legacy or legacy or whatever the hell else people are doing at the time. But I guess they don't want to do that, obviously. So that's why they are doing, you know, Project Zenaris. So that you can do it yourself, because they're too, I'm sure, overwhelmed. But I think they should have had that a long time ago, honestly.
In conclusion, we're the leaderboards.
True.
Also, I don't think that they should. In the answer to your question, Matt, I'm sorry.
I mean, I think it would be cool if they added stuff like that. But
I like the virtual levels, because then it's a good dry calc, like me going for Tango Root.
I guess.
I had milestones. I'd make shorts. I'd be like, I'm at 100 mil.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess that's fine. But I think it would be cool if there's more chase stuff, because at that point, you're just going for a number.
Yeah. At that point, you're just like ranking, to be honest.
Yeah. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, probably most people wouldn't like my suggestion, because they're, you know, RuneScape is RuneScape, and you probably just like
the way it is,
cutting use at that point, or whatever it is you do to get 200 mil wood cutting.
Yeah, I do feel like, I mean, the way Eileen does it is more like a lot of AFK stuff too. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to make it work.
I know. I like that you always do that. I'm not good at it.
Kind of a short week.
I'm really, it is a short week. Sorry. So that's why we let him ramble about his little thing for a while.
Yeah, if you...
It's actually a longer episode than I thought it'd be, though, to be honest. Thank you for the questions.
Yes, thank you for the questions.
Very thought-provoking.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, for you. For me, I'm so not creative. I feel bad sometimes with the questions. I answer in 10 seconds, and Robert's like, I need 20 minutes to answer this. And I'm like, I just can't process that much in relation to these questions, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. I thought of a lot of really stupid things.
I'm just not as, like, I'm creative in my own ways. I've been getting into origami. I don't know if I told you guys. I've been posting pictures on Discord. I made a seahorse today.
Wow.
You know it was cute.
Yeah.
It was really cute. I'm creative in my own ways. I'm not creative in thinking up ideas like this. So whenever you do it, I'm always just like, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of amazing.
I guess so. Some people probably definitely hate it, but
they just skip the Q&A.
Yeah, that's totally fine. But yeah, if you want me to expound upon ridiculous tangents that are probably not even related to your question anymore, then feel free to submit your questions on our Discord /Bunebape.
.gg/Bunebape.
.gg/Bunebape. There's a question section, or on any of our socials.
So our TikTok and Twitter are Bunebapeosrs, Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram are all just Bunebape. I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape. I'm hopefully going to be doing like some more Skyrim as well as RuneScape. I don't think I'll ever do like full Skyrim only streams. Even when I stream like an hour and a half, I'll probably just split it in both.
Yeah.
So stop by the stream if you want to watch that, or watch me kill Scarius, because that's probably all I'll be doing in main. Maybe some Sepulchre. I want to green log it.
Huge. And also for anyone running into the problem of not being able to re-download TikTok, I'm sure you will never be able to re-download TikTok as it stands.
Oh, I just
you can use it. You can use it, but you can't re-download it. The Play Store won't allow you.
Oh, weird.
It's not on the Play Store anymore.
Oh, well, it'll probably get re-added.
Because Yeah, I think it's like a vendor issue because like now the legality of the program is like in
Weird and
question.
up in
So
there.
because of that, they kind of treat it as like, one of those types of programs, so they won't let you download it because it's not like a legal program.
I was watching like a video. I don't know if it was real, but it was like some dude from TikTok, and it was just like that works there. And it was like a bunch of like people in the US, like in the government asking him questions. And he was like, "Are
Oh yeah,
you
that was the CEO.
yeah, they were like, "Are you a Chinese communist?" And he's like, "I'm Singaporean." And then there, one of them, I don't know, it must be fake, but
No,
this
it's
man,
real.
this American man, was like, "I've never heard of Singapore before," like kind of like accusing him of making up a place.
It's crazy because that happened in Congress.
You've never heard of Singapore?
Yeah, that was actually what happened.
A whole country?
Yeah, that happened like I don't even know. It might have been years ago at
I
this
never
point.
heard of it. Just that's just kind of racist, isn't it? You're just seeing this random Asian man, and okay, that's a
Yeah,
whole
I
nother
don't.
issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not Chinese, and they're just saying that. But
Yeah,
okay.
if you, I'd go recommend watching the highlights of.
I watched it and I literally thought it was a meme. I was like, I think someone must have added this guy's voice in. There's no way he said that.
No, yeah, he said that. Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah. There's a lot of funny stuff that came out of like the TikTok like thing that happened where a bunch of people were asked questions and stuff like that. So a lot of it was funny. Maybe watch the highlights if you're interested in that.
That's wild.
But yeah, so we will continue to post on TikTok as long as we can.
We will. I didn't for one whole day. I commented on like 30 of my videos saying, I'm in the US, guys. Go follow me on YouTube. And then I had it back like 2 days later.
Yeah.
So still posting on there. And a reminder, if you like the podcast, follow us on Spotify if you use Spotify. We'd appreciate it. It helps us with the algorithm, supposedly.
It is greatly appreciated. And yeah.
And if you like us on Apple, you can leave us a review. I'm just saying.
Also, shout out to anyone that still has listened to us for a long time. It's kind of weird thinking about how you guys still listen to us, but hopefully you still like it.
I like don't realize we don't have a crazy amount of listeners, but we have like 500 weekly listeners usually, which is like bizarre because like lately my streams, especially at the end of weeks, I'm getting like 10 viewers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, only these 10 people know me. And I'm like, no, more people. Anyway, it's cool.
No one's going to listen to this part of the episode. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. And if you did, then we'll see you all
very soon. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was really fucking lame.